Okay, this is the introduction to LCM, lowest common multiple. So there's three things that we're going to go through today. What is it and how to do it? Second thing is how to find it, and there are two methods. And lastly, an exam question. So the first thing is what is it and how to do it. Basically, it's a way to compare two different numbers and to see at what point do they end up being the same number through multiples. So there are two methods of finding this. The first one, find the LCM of 20 and 50. So this method basically is sort of like listing out the multiples from 1 all the way to as many as you can. So say for example for 20, we list it up between here 20 times 1, 20 times 2, 20 times 3, so on and so forth until you reach to a certain point. You then do the exact same thing for the second one, for 50. 50 times 1, 50 times 2, 50 times 3, and so on. Now the LCM, they list this number, or should I say this where it says common. So what you need to try and find is common between two things. Now the very first common thing that you'll see is that you'll see 200. However, that's not the only common thing. The second common thing is 100. And between the two, you'll always go for the lowest. Because of the name, lowest common multiple, you're always going to go for the lowest. And so the answer here is the LCM is 100. The second method, this is called the factor tree method. So what you do is you go to 20 and 50. For 20, you go ahead and you try to split up into two numbers. 2 times 10 is equal to 20, and you circle the prime numbers. And for 10, you're not quite broken down yet. You want to break it down to its most prime numbers, so you go and say 2 times 5, and you do the same thing for 50. 5 times 10, circle the prime number for 5, and you do it for 2 and 5. Now, the method in doing this one is this. LCM is your same times different. Well, the numbers that are the same are 2 and 2, 5 and 5, which is same here and same here. So we got 2 times 5. Afterwards, we times whatever that's different. So we got the 2 here and the 5 here. So 2 times 5, the 2 comes from here, the same ones, and the other 2 and the 5 basically comes from the different ones. Now, exam question. It's kind of slightly altered. John runs a lap at 20 seconds and Hannah runs a lap at 50 seconds. If they both start at the same spot, at what lap do they end up at the starting line? So they both start right here, they do the whole thing, and what point do they end up at the same time? So same spot. So now in this case, find LCM of 20 and 50, which we just did before. So on and so forth, we know that's 100. Now the question was asking you at what lap. So in this case, we count. So we count 1 lap, 2 lap, 3, 4, and 5. And same thing for here, 1 and 2. So the answer is this. So John and Hannah will meet again when John has done 5 laps and Hannah has done 2 laps. Now general comments. The very first thing is it doesn't matter which method you do as long as you get the answer. Really, it doesn't even matter. So don't stick to one method. You can always get another, get the answer with a different method. The second one is this. If you're going to go for the method 2, circle the prime numbers, you stop there, and you don't go on to the one on the factor trees. The third thing is this. If you're going for method 1, circle the same numbers. And lastly, most importantly, you're finding the lowest common multiple. So for the very first method, just make sure that when you do circle numbers, check if there are any lower numbers. That's it, and hopefully you learned something today. Thank you very much.